Dawkins, and you listening to the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5.
All right, everybody. Good morning and welcome back to Real Deal Sports Show. Coming to you live and through your speakers each and every Saturday morning from the Rock Palm Broker Studios. And hey, we're here for another great Saturday morning of sports conversation. It's always a lot of sports, the world of sports, because we talking sports of all sorts. That's what we do here at the Real Deal Sports Show. And let's talk about MLB, Major League Baseball. Last night, unbelievable baseball game. If you're a baseball purist, they go in the playoffs. When it goes to extra innings, they don't put the man on second base. You have to earn that run like it should be. They go back to the old school baseball, and old school baseball is what we saw last night with the Seattle Mariners versus the Detroit Tigers out in Seattle, Washington. Great game. It went 15 innings before this game was decided by Jorge Blanco, bases loaded single. Jorge Blanco drilled the ball over the second baseman, past the second baseman into right field, and J.P. Crawford scored the winning run. 3-2 victory over the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers had a great season. They just stopped hitting. They just ran out of gas as you got into the late season. From August through most of September, the Detroit Tigers hitting. I don't know what happened to those guys. Their bats was not happening. They got one of the best pitchers in baseball. Scoball was outstanding. He fanned 7 in a row. He struck out 7 batters in a row. He reminds me of a Nolan Ryan type fastball pitcher. I mean, he brings the heat. If you ain't ready, you better get out the play, get the heck out of the batter's box or go home, because this cat throws heat. He threw fire for the Detroit Tigers. It just wasn't enough because the Tigers, for some reason, when Scoball pitches, they don't score enough runs. 2 runs is not enough to win, usually in Major League Baseball, no matter how good your pitcher is, unless he's throwing a no-hitter or something like that. So my hat's off to the Seattle Mariners, J.P. Crawford, Cal Raleigh, all of those cats out there in Seattle. They get on a plane, go across country to Toronto, Ontario, to face the Toronto Blue Jays. And I know the Canadian fans are happy because when Seattle has the home games against Toronto in the American League Championship Series, it's right next door to Vancouver. So expect a lot of Toronto Blue Jay fans coming over, buying up some of those playoff tickets when the series moves to Seattle, Washington. But the series starts Sunday night at 7 p.m. in the Sky Dome, also now known as Rogers Center. Vladimir Guerrero having an outstanding playoffs. Man, that guy hitting the ball. He's knocking the cover off the ball. He's red hot. And the guy that's even hotter than Vladimir Guerrero for the Toronto Blue Jays, Ernie Clement. Oh, my good. Ernie Clement, the Brighton. He's right here, y'all. Rochester, New York's own Ernie Clement from Brighton, New York. He hit 6. His average was .643. 643 was his average. He beat the daylights out of the Yankees damn near by himself. I mean, at the bottom of the Toronto Blue Jays lineup with Yohandel Kirk, the catcher, Ernie Clement, Andrew Jimenez. Man, those guys have been lights out. Those guys have been getting on base. They have high percentage. They've been doing it all most of the season as well. The bottom of the lineup is actually the trigger, the catalyst for the. And then when you get into the top hitters with Guerrero and those guys, and now Anthony Santander is coming back. We saw him in Rochester with the Buffalo Bisons when they came and played their last homestand. The Rochester Red Wings. We saw Anthony Santander strike out some. He hit a nice home run, a beautiful home run over to the picnic area for the Rochester Red Wings. Now he's back up with the Toronto Blue Jays. He got a key hit in the series as well. So now Sunday night, 7 p.m., Seattle Mariners at Toronto Blue Jays. Today you got the Cubs at the Milwaukee Brewers. Whoever wins that will face the L.A. Dodgers. The L.A. Dodgers. Can you believe how the Philadelphia Phillies lost that game the other night? Bases loaded. The pitcher got his pitch. The hitter hit it. He hit a dribbler back to the mound. The pitcher bobbled the ball. He picked it up, and then for some uncanny, he got discombobulated at that moment. Instead of him throwing the ball for the easy out at first base, he turns and throws it to the plate, and the guy just slides in safe. The guy beats the throw to the plate, and the Dodgers win it 2-1 in one of the most craziest, unbelievable brain farts. I mean, this guy just threw up on himself on the play. He just got so discombobulated. It would look like he was in Little League. It looked like that's what I see when I ump some of the 10U, 12U games in baseball here in Rochester, New York. When the game gets tight, sometimes the kids just forget and they'll throw the ball because you'll see the catcher in front of you. When he went to pick the ball up, he's looking at the catcher when he picks it up. Instead, all he had to do was turn. The runner wasn't even halfway down the line. All he had to do was throw it to first, get the easy out, and you go into the next inning. And they were in extra innings as well. The Phillies played great, but the Dodgers got by with a nice win there to move on. And now they wait on either the hopefully, I have a feeling it'll be the Milwaukee Brewers. I think the Brewers will have enough to beat the Chicago Cubs at home. The Brewers are a much better team at home, and the Cubs are not as good on the road as they are at Wrigley Field. Congratulations to the Cubs for getting it down 2-0. Now it's 2 games all, and it's a winner-take-all match this afternoon. So I think the Milwaukee Brewers will take it. I think it'll be the Milwaukee Brewers versus the LA Dodgers, which are the 2 best teams in the National League. They were the best 2 teams all season long, hands down, in the National League. So keep an eye on that. I think it's Dodgers versus Brewers, and we see the Mariners versus Toronto. I think Toronto will win that series in 6 games against a very good Seattle Mariners team. That's going to be a good series. I think Toronto is red hot in their pitching lineup. They won that last game with strictly bullpen. They used a straight-up bullpen to win that last game against the New York Yankees. I mean, they won 10, 11, 12, 13 out of 15 games against the Yankees this year. 13 out of 16 games. So they were 13-3 against the Yankees. That, to me, that's a dominating Yankees lose. Yeah, I love saying that. Yankees lose. Thank goodness. The Yankees go home. The Blue Jays put it on them just like they deserved, just like they did all season long. And it was great to see that win. So Major League Baseball is heating up. We got a lot of sports to talk about. We'll see what's happening there. I see J-GILLZ is in the studio now. Good morning, J-GILLZ. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Radman. Good morning, Real Deal Sports Show. It's a great morning. It's a little gloomy here in the Rock. I know right here in the Rock, it's a little gloomy this morning, a little rain, a little undercast, a little gray skies. But, you know, we hope to change that around with some great sports talk this morning.
Absolutely. We're going to get it going on and get the sports talk continued up. And now we go from Major League Baseball. Great baseball weekend, great games, went 15 innings. If you were sleeping on it last night, the Seattle Mariners won it 3-2 over the Detroit Tigers in 15 innings. And if you missed it the night before, because both of these games were on the West Coast, the Dodgers, the Philadelphia Phillies just threw up on themselves and lost that game 2-1 on a little league error where the pitcher bobbled the ball, picked it up, and then for crazy reason threw it to the catcher trying to get the force out at the plate where he easily had an easy force out at first base, and the Phillies go home. It's a shame to go home on a play like that, but they went home on a play like that, J-GILLZ. That's how it is. That's how it is. When the pressure is on you, you don't know how you're going to react. Right, J-GILLZ?
Absolutely. Dodgers looking to repeat. I mean, man, come on. You got to give them credit, Mookie and those guys. And maybe we're going to get a Toronto versus Dodgers World Series. I think that'll do great numbers. I think that'll really do some strong numbers. So I think that's good. I mean, leading up to it, you can't ask for any better matchups. The Yankees and the Red Sox in the wild card, and then the Toronto and the Yankees. So I think that this series, this year has truly been some good baseball for sure.
It certainly has. The baseball has been tremendous. And the rule changes to help speed the game up. But then when you get to the playoffs, you go back to old school baseball rules and make them earn it. They don't put the man on second base. They have to earn it. You got to earn to get on the bases in the playoffs, which is good, great for baseball. Good luck. Enjoy the baseball coming up. But now we turn to football. Buffalo Bills update. Bills lose to the New England Patriots 23-20. What's your comments on the game, J-GILLZ, of what you saw?
I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all, right, man. I just looked at the game. We've been watching this team all season. The Buffalo Bills have been a very good team. They've been a very good team like they've been in the past. Sean McDermott has those boys ready to play. The offense comes to work and they play. The defense comes to work and they play. They don't have many impact players. They almost have to have a perfect game. They don't beat themselves. They had a lot of teams this season that were beating themselves. Starting with, on Sunday Night Football against the Baltimore Ravens, we saw that Ravens team in that first 3 quarters and starting that first half of that fourth quarter looked like they were going to the Super Bowl. Then that was a bad fumble on the play. You saw Derrick Henry fumble for the rest of the season. That team beat themselves. We saw the Miami Dolphins do the same thing, that running into the kicker. They beat themselves. Now that Saints team, I'll give it to the Bills right there. They really came to play. They did what they had to do. But when I saw this team, and I saw the level of competition, the Bills have had a pretty easy schedule. You can't pick who you play. We understand that. And the 4 of the first 5 games are all on national television. So you see the Bills often. You see the MVP Josh Allen, and a lot of teams are just thinking that they're bulldozing over teams. Really, the competition level really hasn't been testable for the Bills. So when I saw the Patriots, and I saw Mike Vrabel in the tunnel on his way down there, and he told me that they were coming. They was ready to play. He looked at me, he said, "Yo, we ready to play tonight?" I said, "All right, they ready to play tonight." They have a very veteran defense over there. Christian Barrymore, Christian Gonzalez, Anthony Jennings. That defense over there, and that's Harold Landry, the Patriots defense. We knew that they were going to give the Bills some troubles. So really, what they did was that they let the Bills get out of their comfort zone. James Cook has been averaging about 20 carries a game, handling business on the ground, running in between that great offensive line that Buffalo has. They helped him 15 carries. They put the ball in Josh Allen's hands. They made him throw the ball, and we saw some turnovers, some uncharacteristic turnovers on this season, and that's truly what ended up happening on the game. It's always going to be a tough divisional matchup when you got any teams playing each other. We saw that on Thursday night, the Dolphins and the Bills, and the same thing with the Jets. Anytime you have an AFC divisional matchup, it's going to be tough. I just think that they need a little bit more on offense. They need a little bit more on offense. They don't have that key number 1 guy who you can go to. I like how they utilized Dalton Kincaid for the first time this season. He was targeted 6 times. He had 6 catches, over 100 yards. So Josh definitely found a safety blanket in him. But I still think if you really want to compete, especially with a lot of these tough NFC teams, especially this season, you have to have that go-to superstar on offense. We don't see that yet. Nobody's emerged and became that yet. I love James Cook and I love Dalton Kincaid, but they need a true number 1 guy who can get them out of trouble and make those plays. Because we saw Stephon Diggs was doing that on the other side all day. You know what I mean? He truly was an elite receiver out there on Sunday night, and he did what he had to do. But that's my recap, Rap. I'm gonna let the Bills expert hold it down from here.
Well, let's hear from an interview for Mike Vrabel, New England Patriots head coach first. Let's hear what he has to say about this about the game.
In the end, we made a few more plays than they did.
Coach, what does this win do for the confidence of this team moving forward?
I mean, we were confident coming in here, so I guess it will probably help, but we'll have to start over and continue to improve. We talked about how we have to improve along the way, and this was the next step that we needed to take. So we'll pick up the pieces and get back to work, and as soon as we get on the plane, and there'll be another team that they'll be waiting for us on the road in New Orleans.
Yes, indeed. And that segment, that coach interview was brought to you by Challenger Community News, Western New York's largest weekly African-American newspaper, Buff, BuffNews.com. Check, and now if you have articles and things to send in to run in the paper as press releases free of charge, send those articles to editor at The Challenger News, NEWS. S is in Sam, Challenger, The Challenger News, editor at thechallengernews.com. Send those articles in. Go to the website. You'll get to see the fine article, the Batman wrote. Matter of fact, you see all my articles on the website of Challenger Community News, buffchildnews.com. And yes, that was an excellent interview. The head coach, he outcoached, very well outcoached Sean McDermott as usual. He always gets the better hand, it seems. Even when he was the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, he always gave the Buffalo fits. Morris Thompson said all the good teams got upset. All the teams that you thought were going to win last week lost last week, and also starting this week, and where everybody thought the Eagles were going to blow out the Giants. I was shocked to see that. I didn't see much of the game, but when I saw the final score, I was like, wow, is that right? The bar says, yeah, that's right. I said, oh, my God. 34-17. The Giants look like Dak Jackson Dart might be the real deal. He might be the real deal. The Giants look like they might have found something there at quarterback, but Mike Vrabel found something with his guy Drake May, and also bringing in Stephon Diggs. Let's see what Stephon Diggs had to say about his quarterback Drake May.
Potential with this offense, when we don't beat ourselves.
What did you see from your quarterback today? What did you see from Drake May?
I seen a young quarterback take a step in the right direction. They did a lot of comparisons during the week, and I feel like it was a hell of a comparison to be compared to Josh Allen. But as you come into your own, Drake May has to be Drake May, and I was just so proud of him, coming in here and leading the team. Being a young quarterback can be hard sometimes, and, that's why you have a supporting cast. Running backs making plays, receivers making plays, and let them know that you got his back. So I was just super proud of him. He has a good approach during the weekend. Attach yourself to the process and not the results.
You had a lot of good catches, and your mind was the biggest one.
Absolutely. That was very good sound bite. He talks about Drake May. J-GILLZ, what did you think? And I'll tell you what, let's play the second one where you ask him, he talks about his faith. Let's the second Stephon Diggs interview. Let's go to that one.
Confidence. I ain't going to lose my confidence. I'm not going to lose myself.
To that point, what role has your faith played? To that point,
3 at least.
To that point, what role has your faith played to you this far in your career? New team, what role has your faith played?
I get asked that question a lot, as far as like from your everyday person, and I try to be as transparent as possible. Like, I'm not perfect, and I fall short in many areas, but I always lean on God. Like, I always, like, even last week before the game when I was praying, I was just like, I trust him. However it's gonna go, like, and that was before the game. I didn't know it was gonna be a halfway decent day for me, but I lean on my faith and I lean on God, and He's never let me down. I've been hurt before. I've lost games. I've won games. But my faith will never waver, and I'm gonna stand strong. And I'm 10 toes down when it comes to God. And, that's just how I go. I really appreciate that question.
God bless, bro.
Thank you.
Excellent, J-GILLZ. Your comment on Stephon Diggs?
Yeah,
from your post game interview with him.
Well, first and foremost, I think that he made a very accurate statement in regards to Drake May. Josh Allen is the MVP of this league. It took him a while to get there. He's a veteran in this league. He's built he's tested his time, and he's made himself. He's gotten better season over season. To be compared to Josh Allen, that's just, to me, that's incomparable. You cannot compare Drake May to Josh Allen. So for him to have that going into the game, that's definitely not an easy thing to lead up to. But he absolutely is playing a phenomenal season this year. I think Drake May is looking like that quarterback that they drafted in the top 5. He just needed that supporting cast around him. As Stephon Diggs stated, you really truly need all those players around you in order to allow you to be great and be successful. I think he's only got 2 interceptions on the season. He's playing within himself. He's playing within the offense, and I think that he's going to be pretty productive in this league. Pertaining to Stephon Diggs, you know what I mean? I think that he's definitely been a huge difference maker on this team. Everywhere he's been able to be a key player. I believe they said that last week, when he posted over 100 yards, that was the first time back-to-back 100-yard receiving games from a New England Patriots since Julian Edelman. So his impact has been immense. It's truly been catastrophic putting this team together. And now that he's got the Patriots 3-2. So I just think that, to me, it's more so, and I wish I would have got that chance to ask him this, is, does he miss being back? Because, Radman, we're in the locker rooms all the time. We see a lot of these players who are in Buffalo, and, they go to other teams, and they go from the home locker room to the away locker room. And those guys are always mingling with the staff and the players. Like we saw Tre'Davious White last year with Baltimore. Man, he was just emerged in it. He was so happy to be back. Jordan Poyer last year, Mitch Morse, he just
Yeah.
got cut from Jaguars. He was over there. Stephon Diggs I didn't really get that vibe, right, man? Tell me if I'm wrong. I felt like he was not happy to be back. He was happy to take back what he lost. He was happy to get that W and keep it moving. You know, the same sentiment that we see from a lot of these ex-Bills, you know, just staying, mingling, being in that atmosphere and community. I didn't get that vibe from him. So, you know, I'm not sure if that split, you know, maybe it was worse than we thought, but he definitely didn't. He was happy to get that W and keep it moving. What's your opinion on that?
Oh yeah, Stephon Diggs was perfectly clear. He was all business. It was about business. He came to Buffalo to handle business with the New England Patriots. And what I wrote in my article, I'll give you a sneak peek. If you could pick up this week's Challenger Community News, any at local newsstands or businesses here I go talk about newsstands, but businesses in the community and also online. In my Challenger article, I even commented that Stephon Diggs is a businessman. He knows Josh Allen inside and out. And what I noticed the most thing about this game, and Stephon Diggs answered someone else, another media person's question earlier, and he was just saying he just was surprised the Bills didn't blitz sooner. And that, to me, that was a keynote, letting me know and letting people know that Stephon Diggs knows the head coach. He knows Josh Allen. He made Josh Allen against New England and Josh Allen last year against the Houston Texans. He looked a little bit discombobulated, but he kept running to the same side, that right side of the field, and he would throw the ball just before he stepped out of bounds, and he would throw it away or throw it, you know, at least in the years gone by, he used to throw the interception. But he was running, he was forcing them to the right side of the field. So what it tells me is the only common denominator between the New England Patriots game of last Sunday and the Houston Texans game of last year is Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was on both of those teams. He played for both of those teams. And I think he knows some of the tendencies of Josh Allen, and he informs the defense of how to play Josh Allen, because he looked pretty much the same in both games. He was horrible in the Houston Texans game. He was a lot better against the New England Patriots, but you could see he wasn't comfortable. He was made uncomfortable. And I think Stephon Diggs has some tendencies that he knows about Josh Allen, and he's able to get that to the defense, and the defense was able to go up against him and force to make him uncomfortable, force him to check down. He was checking down to the running backs. They took away, Kincaid was open in the first half. We didn't see Kincaid. I was wondering, I had to get the binoculars out. Was he even on the field? Was Dalton Kincaid? Dalton Kincaid had 8 catches, 108 yards in the first half. He didn't have 1 catch in the second half. Dawson Knox, we know about Dawson Knox, the TV commercial guy, the pitch man of the year, the man that can sell cars, sell plumbing, everything, but he can't seem to catch the football on a regular basis for the Buffalo Bills, which I thought was his main job. We didn't see Dawson Knox, which we usually don't see. Jackson Hawes, the third tight end, he was out there blocking. He didn't get any passes. Once they took away the tight ends, the Bills, as you say, Keon Coleman, we didn't find out until after the game that he was benched for something. I don't know what happened, if he was late to a meeting or something happened during the week. He was benched. As soon as he got in, he catches the first pass and gets tackled. He fumbles the ball, turns the ball over in the red zone at the Bills' 10-yard line. Fortunately, I must say the Bills' defense played a hell of a lot better. The Bills may have to look at a wide receiver with some speed. Xavier Worthy now is looking so much better, where you traded away that pick and allowed Kansas City to get Xavier Worthy. Even though he's a small guy, he's speedy, he could at least open the field up where you could at least throw the ball underneath then to a Coleman, to a Khalil Secure. I think Elijah Moore, our good guy, Curtis Samuel, guess what? He got neck and rib injuries. He hasn't practiced yet this week. I doubt he'll be. Man, that guy, man, what a waste, man. You playing that man big time money. That man will cost over $22 million. If you would have cut him, you're gonna cost you $22 million on the cap this year. That's the only reason why he made the team. I mean, this guy takes 2 weeks off. Now he's probably gonna be off another 2-3 weeks, and we'll see him. I mean, I think the guy he played less than 10 games last season, and he's gonna play less than 10 again this year. He's out with the neck and rib. Elijah Moore, it's a better move. Get Elijah Moore back in there. At least Elijah Moore is out there hustling and playing week in and week out. That was a bad move. With the Brandon Beane moves are now showing up. His bad moves. Curtis Samuel, what were you doing even thinking about it? At least now you brought in Zion Loge, and you brought Federian Mathis, who used to be with the Washington Commanders. There are two big bodies, and I thought the Bills defense held the Patriots to 71 total rushing yards. So they didn't get run on that much. I mean, you gave the Patriots the ball in the red zone. The Bills held them to a field goal. That was excellent defense. I thought the Bills' defensive front line with Zion Loge and Federian Mathis, Daquan Jones, Deontay Walker up front. I thought those guys held up. They didn't give up any big plays. They held the New England Patriots running game. It was just that Drake May, and then one thing Vrabel said, and one thing most of the players said, they were expecting the Buffalo Bills to blitz. And that's because Sean McDermott is from the Jim Johnson tree from the Philadelphia Eagles, who created all these crazy blitzes and all of that. And he when the Bills get in trouble and McDermott, and you figure out what McDermott is doing, he just goes out to a blitzing. And he started blitzing late in that game in the late third quarter and most of the fourth quarter. The problem was they just couldn't get to Drake May. Drake May had enough foot speed to get away from him and hit Diggs, and they were running. And you could tell as Diggs alluded in your interview, he was ready for that curl. He would go down 5 or 6 yards, make a curl, and Drake May knew he was there and threw the ball to him and completed several passes. And that's why Diggs had 10 receptions, 146 yards. And most of those 146 yards were critical third down plays that kept the chain moving and moving the ball downfield. So I think Diggs, he's cool. He moved on. It's about business. He knows Josh Allen, and I think Josh Allen has yet to have a good game, or not to say the less of a big game. He's never had a big game yet. Those two games have been his two worst games. Last year, the Houston Texans game was his worst game of the season, all of last season. And this game was a little bit better, and I think Diggs right now just knows him, and they're able to defend him and keep the ball and keep Josh Allen concerned, discombobulated a little bit. In the running game, they stopped the running game as well. They slowed the running game down, forced him to dump the ball off. So the Patriots had an excellent game plan on it. And matter of fact, while we're on, let's have Christian. I see we got Rick Tony's on with us. Rick Tony, Nestor Walker. That's all y'all on the South checking in on the social media platforms. Glad to have all y'all checking the show out on social media. Rick Tony, Nestor Walker, and the main man down on the DMV down there, Morris Thompson down there in the Beltway down in the DC, Maryland area. Checking it out. And you can check it out. Listen, like, subscribe to the show. Check us out on Facebook. All the new subscribers on YouTube, thank you so much for subscribing to the show, and keep subscribing and checking out the show. And let's hear what Christian Barmore, Sean Tubbs, DJ Sean Tubbs. Let's go to Christian Barmore interview and hear what he had to say about defending the Buffalo Bills.
Man, it gives us a lot of energy, a lot of confidence, and a lot of just, we just so close, man. It's just like we practice hard together, work out together hard, and we talk about this all week. We can come here and prove people wrong. People, we was underdog. I feel like they were calling, maybe people thought was going against us. And, and we just ignored all that. We said we're going to play our game, play football, and we're going to show.
What does Mike Vrabel bring to this team? You've obviously been on this team for a while, but, getting these type of division wins, what role does your head coach play?
Man, my head, Braves is different, man. I love him. Like, he on us every day, and I love it. Like, he coaches us hard, and he shows the technique we got to do. Especially, and he calls us out, especially the things he don't like. And I love it because it makes us great players to me. You know what I'm saying? He's just a great coach, man. I love playing for him. I just love a guy like that with that much energy, and I love playing for that. I love it.
Lastly, for me, what role has your faith played in getting you into this point? What role has your faith in God played in getting you into this point in your career?
Faith in God.
What role has your faith in God played in getting you into this point in your career?
Man, look, y'all know what happened last year with the separation, but God gave me another chance, and I thank God every day for it, and I pray every day for it. That's why you never take it like for granted. But you got to, always never quit, always keep moving forward, always keep going. And even if, the road never stay down, it's always going to be up. You just got to keep going up every time, even when it get hard. And I had my staff, my medical team, my coaches, they was motivating me every day to keep getting better, and I love it. And, they always challenge me, and I love it.
Absolutely. And definitely, He's letting you know what's going on. And I like what he said about his head coach being a great coach. He stays on him. He stays on him and stays very tough on him, J-GILLZ. And that definitely, this next segment coming up. Go ahead, J-GILLZ. Go ahead.
I don't think people understand that is a very, very veteran defense with a lot of key playmakers on there. So you're giving Coach Vrabel a guy like Christian Barmore. You're giving him Harold Landry III. You're giving him Carlton Davis III over there as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, Christian Gonzalez, the Pro Bowl cornerback, Clavon Chaseon, Anthony Jennings. The list goes on. They've really got some key players over there. And as long as you got a coach that can actually get those boys ready to play, has a great scheme and his energy and is no nonsense. He's so different from Bill Belichick, but yet the same. It's just I think they really found something over there as a head coach. I hate that it had to be my man's from last season who they did, Gerard Mayo, did him dirty over there. But I hate that it had to come from such a loss of firing my guy Gerard Mayo. But Mike Vrabel, no doubt, is a heck of a head coach. And I'm surprised it took him this long to get a job after getting fired from Tennessee. I see many teams that could have utilized him, but that it ended up being the perfect fit. And I think that he'll have some successful years in New England, unfortunately, for the AFC East.
Absolutely. New England is back on the rise because every player on that defense was saying, man, he cusses you out. He lets you know when you're making a mistake. He lets you know when you're right. He lets you know when you're wrong. And you heard that Christian Barmore was saying, this man, he was a player, and he won Super Bowls as a player. Now he has success with the Tennessee Titans. So he has much respect and much credentials coming there. And like he said, even in the interview with Coach Vrabel was saying from another guy, he treats, sometimes he said, the players think he's an a-hole, but sometimes you have to be an a-hole to get the best out of your players. And he said, I apologize that I'm like that, but that's how I am. I don't put up with none of this nonsense. He gonna hold the players accountable. He ain't gonna sit around and bench you for the game, or bench you the first series of a game. He go, man, you ain't gonna do that nonsense. Sean McDermott doing that old school stuff. You benches. You ain't in high school or college, Sean McDermott. Either take some of his paycheck. You start taking that cat's money. I bet his behind show up on time to the meetings and all of that. I mean, you don't hurt your team on the field by not starting the guy and getting people in the rhythm. This guy here, or if you don't, you get rid of him. And you can see the difference in coaching style. Mike Vrabel is an old school style coach, and he doesn't put up with no nonsense. Matter of fact, let's hear from Christian Gonzalez, I think he's gonna definitely be an all-pro. If he stays healthy and can stay on the field and can overcome these injuries, I think Christian Gonzalez we're looking at the next shutdown cornerback in the National Football League in the coming years. Let's hear what Christian Gonzalez had to say.
I'm here with Patriots defensive attacking Christian Barmore. Christian, what role, what does a win like this do for a team like this?
Man, it gives us a lot of energy, a lot of confidence, and a lot of just, we just so close, man. It's just like we practice hard together, work out together hard. And we talk about this all week, we come here.
I don't think I got the
people, we was underdog. I feel like it was calling me. People thought it was going against us. And, we just know it all that. We play our game, play football, we going to show.
What does Mike Vrabel brought to this team? You've obviously been on this team for a while, but, getting these type of division wins, what role is your head coach played?
Man, Braves is different, man. I love him. Like, he on us every day, and I love it. Like he coaches up hard, and he shows the technique we got to do, especially, and he calls us out, especially the things he don't like. And I love it because it makes us great players to me. You know what I'm saying? He's just a great coach, man. I love playing for him. I just love a guy like that with that much energy, and I love playing for that. I love it.
And lastly, for me, what role has your faith played in getting you into this point? What role has your faith in God played in getting you into this point in your career? What role has your faith in God played in getting you into this point in your career?
Man, look, y'all know what happened last year. It was hard. God gave me no chance, and I thank God every day for it. And I pray every day for it. That's why I never take it like for granted. You got always never quit, always keep moving forward, always keep going. And even if the road never stay never stay down. It's always gonna be up. You just gotta keep going up every time, even when it get hard. And I had my staff, my medical team, my coaches. They was motivating me every day to keep getting better, and I love it. And they always challenge me, and I love it.
Excellent interview, J-GILLZ. Man, J-GILLZ, you were on fire in that New England Patriots locker room, man. And you notice all these players, one thing they have in common, they saying is what a great coach they have, and how he getting on them, and he ain't going for the okey doke, and he's coaching them up. He's really coaching his team up. The young players as well as the veteran players to say how Vabes is really, man, getting those guys. It sounds like they're going through a boot camp over there, J-GILLZ.
They getting this program together.
That summer training camp was a boot camp or something.
Absolutely, he getting this program together, and it's working. They're 2-0 in the division. 3-2 on the season. And they should have beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, but we'll talk about that another day. But what is the Buffalo Bills going to have to do, Rad, man, to bounce back and get this another road when they got a little bit of a road schedule coming up against a tough one against Atlanta on Monday? That Raheem Morris is going to have that defense ready to play. They've got those key pieces on offense. They're going to have to shut down Drake London. They got to shut down the Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts. That's a mismatch waiting to happen as well. What are they going to do? What are the Bills going to have to do to get another win in the column?
Very good question, J-GILLZ. And I think they're starting to come up at Cole Bishop. I like what I'm seeing from Cole Bishop the last couple games. He's starting to look like a starting NFL safety in the McDermott system. He's in the last 2 games. He's been in position. He hasn't been out of position like he had been in the past. So I think after that interception he had at the goal line against the Saints, I think that really spurred him on and really helped jumpstart him. I think the Bills are definitely with Zion Loge, Fadarius Mathis, Deontay Walker, and Daquan Jones. And if Ed Oliver, once they get Ed Oliver back, I think that's going to be key. It looked like Ed Oliver, but the way the injury report looking right now, look like he's going to miss this game. I think they're going to have him probably miss this game. Then the Bills are off next week. Hey, we don't have to travel next week. We're off next week. Get a week off. The Bills will be off. And I think probably you'll see Ed Oliver coming maybe after the break, after the bye week for the Buffalo Bills. And I think this front line, which they have right now, I think they found something against New England. And I think they can parlay that a little bit Monday night and slow Bijan Robinson down. Rochester's own Nathan Carter, I know he's going to be ready to show out as well. Alligator, I worry about him. He's a big running back. The Bills have trouble stopping those big physical backs. Alligator, keep an eye out on him. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game in this contest, but I think the Bills also can take advantage of some things on the defensive front of the Atlanta Falcons. I think it will be a very entertaining game, but I think this would be a good one for the Bills to get back on the win column. If they can get the 5-1, they get the break, and then they're going to go down to Carolina and face a tough, pesky Carolina team. And people got to remember, the Bills' schedule gets harder now. They still have the Philadelphia Eagles. They have the Kansas City Chiefs, Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cleveland Browns. They have the #1 defense in the National Football League. They still have tough games on it. People keep saying, "Oh, the Bills have an easy schedule." It's not an easy schedule, y'all. You think it's easy because some of these teams may not have winning records, but some of these teams are really good. I mean, some of these teams are fighting each week. I mean, we saw the Saints come in. The Saints came in and played a great game. And you saw, and I hope you people was with me last week because I won you. I won myself a hell of a lot of money. I hope you won a hell of a lot of money last week because I told you to take the New Orleans Saints at home against the New York Football Giants. Man, had him cough the ball up. Had Dart. Jackson Dart's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. He didn't make too many on Thursday night, though, when he came back and had a great game Thursday. But on Sunday, the Saints shut him down, and the Saints came up with their first win of the season. I know Cam Jordan and them were happy because they've been playing hard for a while. These teams that have losing records, they may look like bums, but when you see them play, man, some of these teams are good. They just have special team areas, 1 or 2 plays make the difference in the game. And I think that's what you're going to see with the Atlanta Falcons. They're a good, tough team that you're going to face. So the Bills season, really, it gets a hell of a lot tougher this second half of the season. And that's right, J-GILLZ. And this segment was brought to you by the award-winning Marion Rivera Insurance Agency, Auto, Home, Health, and Life Insurance, 1038 Lyle Avenue or 511 Bean Road, Suite B. Give her a call, 585-360-0094. She's still looking for staff in that office. If you're looking for a job, you're looking to get paid, check out. And especially if you have a license already in insurance, hey, you're going to get paid very well. But if you don't have a license, hey, she'll teach you, bring you in, and teach you the ropes of the insurance agency. She's looking for reps because she just opened a third office in Brighton. So she got 3 offices now. Miriam Rivera continues to grow the business. Give her a call, 585-360-0094. Check her out, J-GILLZ. I see Morris Thompson say the Bills are, he says about the Bills are going to have to stop Allen from just trying to take off and put himself in a line of fire. Let the defense handle their thing. The defense is going to handle it. And you're right, Morris. He doesn't have to run the way he was running. He was running against the Patriots because he couldn't see what they were doing. He didn't understand where their guys were at, where the safeties were playing. So he couldn't get the ball down the field. And that's what I mean. He reversed back. It looked like the old Josh Allen in that game Monday night. And definitely in the game against the Houston Texans, where he would have to take off. But I think hopefully he won't be taking off that much in this upcoming game on Monday night. Definitely. And let's get over to the high school corner. Can you give us an update on the Monroe played Honolulu Falls Lima, HFL as they're known here in the marketplace? What happened with one of the top-rated teams in the state, Monroe High School? How did that game turn out last night, J-GILLZ?
Oh man! Well, first of all, they were featured on Rivals. It was a really great game. It was great to sit back at the crib and watch those boys, the number 1 team in Class B, the third ranked team ranked in the state right now in Class B. Do their thing against Honolulu Falls, which turned out to be really started off as a good game. You can see Honolulu Falls had a game plan. Their goal was to just keep that clock running. Try and keep that clock running, keep the ball in their hands as much as possible. They ended up doing that in the first quarter. It was zip. A very uncharacteristic turnover from the quarterback of Monroe, but they bounced back phenomenally. I think the final score was 38-7. The key playmakers did what they had to do. You know what I mean? A couple great passes to Messiah Hampton, who took him to the house several times. Great defense. I think Anthony Omibe had a scooping score for another touchdown. So they really got, they became to themselves as the game lingered. That second half, it's 8-7 going into that halftime. In the second half, it ended up being 38-7. So they did what Monroe does. So definitely kudos to the head coach, Coach Cunningham, and the coaching staff, the team. They got some playmakers on there. So that was a Friday night game under the lights on TV. This team, Honolulu Falls HFL, is a team that, even though they were 1-4, there's still a decent program out there. Those boys was ready to play at home. It took them a little while to get going, but once they got going, they got going on both sides of the ball. Offense made plays, defense made plays, and I think ultimately this is a really good win to push forward with only a couple games left in this season, and then going into the playoffs, and then ultimately going to the state championship is what the goal is. So I think that these boys played phenomenal. Shout out to them. Kristen Franklin was the highlight of the student athlete highlight of the week, going to school for biochemistry, and has perfect attendance throughout his whole collegiate high school career. So shout out to those boys, and they're going to continue to be great. Quick plug as well. Next week is the homecoming game. Monroe is going to be taking on Batavia Saturday, October 18th. 12 o'clock for the homecoming. It should be a good one. I believe that's our last game of the season. No, we got one more after that. So definitely come out and support and get ready for these, these playoffs starting in November.
Yes. Sectionals are coming up, man. Here it is. We're almost there to sectional. Same thing like the NFL. Hey, these high school kids, hey, man, they come to play. HFL came to play last night. I mean, it looked like it was 26-13. Looked like I had here 26-13. Those guys, HFL came to play. They strategized with keeping the ball control. And Batavia is the same way. I think Batavia is going to give Monroe a contest. I think Monroe will definitely win that one as well. But those guys came to play. They came to play. They came to win, and it's going to be interesting. I'll probably be out there and join you out there next Saturday afternoon for Monroe's game next Saturday. But also, we want to congratulate one of the regulars of the show that comes on from time to time, and that's head coach Andre Fontenette, head coach of the Gates-Chili Spartan football team, as the Buffalo Bills named him one of the coaches of the year, one of the coaches for the region, for Section 5 region. Head coach Andre Fontenette was announced as the winner, and they will be getting that award. I believe it's at halftime of the Kansas City Chiefs game coming up. The Buffalo Bills' next home game, the Kansas City Chiefs, November 9th. I think Andre Fontenette will be receiving that honor at that game, along with the other coaches from the various sections between Buffalo and Rochester area. So congratulations, Andre Fontenette. And matter of fact, if you put on that interview that we had with Coach Fontenette after his team's victory a week ago over a pesky East Ridge team last weekend. Let's hear what Coach Fontenette had to say.
I don't have Fontenette. I have who do I have?
You don't have it?
Greg Jefferson.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Greg. Excellent game on the road. What was the keys to today's victory?
Well, we really reiterated with the kids that, you don't win the game on Saturday afternoon or Friday night. You win the game throughout the week of practice. And we stacked 4 or 5 really good days of practice together. So we came into this game really confident, but it was really all because of how we practice.
And the kids look confident. They do. They come out here today. They look very confident.
Yeah, I mean, we have several different weapons. We got a quarterback that can throw. We got receivers that can make plays. And we got an offensive line that's been playing better and better as the season's progressed. And I'm really excited to see what we can do as the future moves on, because we have a lot of potential.
Do you expect them to blow them off the line like this? I was surprised how you were manhandling them.
The only reason why we expected it isn't because we're so good and they're so bad. They just didn't have any depth. We're looking during warmups, and they only had like 5 or 6 offensive linemen. So our plan became quickly, we're going to try and run the ball and wear them down, and I think that we did that.
You sure did. And what's going on now for next week? Canandaigua next week?
Yeah, so we got to go to Canandaigua next week, Friday night. I believe it's their homecoming, so it's another challenge for us. And, they do a good job. Coach Welch and those guys do a good job running the football and coaching those kids up. So that's going to be quite a challenge for us.
Yeah, they're a very physical team. They're always physical out there. Yeah. But you're going to have your guys ready for it?
Oh, yeah, we'll be ready to go. We got a long trip out to Canandaigua, but we'll be focused, and we'll be ready to go. Another great week of practice.
Beautiful.
All right, that's Coach Andre Fontenette, who's going to receive the award from the Buffalo Bills as the Section 5 Coach of the Year coming up on that November 9th game against the Kansas City Chiefs. He said it was a long ride out. It would look like it was a hell of a long ride.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Fontenette, because he truly turned that program around in a quick moment. From last year, that was being his first year. They had some tribulations to this year. The culture, the whole team, and the school culture, the community culture has truly changed, and it's really thriving. And definitely give him a shout out. He's doing a phenomenal job, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next year as well. He's going to have those boys ready. So that's a huge award, and we'll be there to witness that as well, and just give him some kudos and talk to him about it, have a good interview. But he's definitely worked hard coming from Syracuse and doing this thing. So shout out to Coach Fontenette.
Absolutely. They had a tough one last night, losing out at Canandaigua 34-8. That was a rough one last night, but it was homecoming night out there in Canandaigua. So and the head coach, congratulations to the head coach of Canandaigua on his 100th win of his coaching career out there in Canada, Coach Welch. Congratulations on that 100 victory last night. But definitely, Gates-Chili coming from last season, a rough season last year with barely 1 win last season, and this year, much big improvement. So it's a lot of good things coming up out there at Gates-Chili Spartan football. That team is head coach Fontenette has turned that team around and getting that team to where they need to be and getting them growing. And this segment, J-GILLZ, this segment was brought to you by one of your favorite people.
Oh,
yeah, who was this segment brought to you by?
Oh, man. Advantage Federal Credit Union, auto loans, Visa cards, student checking accounts, and much more. Man, I'm telling you, AdvantageFCU.org, all of our youth, Start those accounts. Get them early. September has passed, but they still have some specials in October. Go ahead and save up for that car. Save up for the prime. Those seniors, juniors, save up for what you need to save up for. You got college right around the corner. It's always good to have a little extra cash. You can do that at Advantage Federal Credit Union, auto loans, Visa cards, student checking accounts, and much more.
That's it. Yes, indeed. Another advertiser as well. Image Printer, marketing and publishing company, has a new location, 37 Richmond Street. The entrance is in the rear, parking at the door now, closer to downtown. Ground level access. Give Manuel Floyd a call at Image Printer, 585-360-0132. He does those fans. He does signage. He does our banners. He can do banners for you. The church fans that you need that they use in church. Business cards. It's a full service printing company. Image Printer Marketing and Publishing Corporation.
Got it all.
Give him a call, 360-0132. Right, J-GILLZ?
Absolutely. They got it all. And before we go, man, just a couple key things I just want to talk to you, right, man? First of all, not to go back to the Bills, but this is when the last time within the first 6 weeks of the season, one team had 5 primetime games. When is the last time that happened? Come on, man.
For Buffalo, it's been forever, man. Because now, heck, back when Buffalo was good, it was before these channels, even a lot of these networks existed at that time. They were just growing. So yeah, it's been a long time.
Monday night, Thursday night. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're gonna get Saturday night in. I hope. Thank goodness it's not Thanksgiving, but they do have a Thursday game in Houston the week before Thanksgiving, which is unbelievable.
Man. I'm like, yo, this is just gonna put us out of business, man. I got another job to work. I can't be on these night games. Come on.
Exactly. Getting home at 2:30 in the morning. People don't realize by the time we do those interviews and post the post game up on social media platforms, man, we get home 2:33 in the morning after a Sunday night game or a Monday night game in Buffalo.
And we got
fortunately, tomorrow night's game, the game Monday night starts at 7:15, so it'll be a little bit earlier than normal.
Ain't too bad in Atlanta. And we got to shout out Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces for winning their championship, man, WNBA season. Man, sometimes you got all these young people coming in, you know, the Caitlin Clarks, the Angel Reeses, you know, the Paige Beckers, but you still got that savvy veteran, Asia Wilson, coming in handling business. 4 MVPs, 3 WNBA championships. I mean, she just continued to dominate this league, and it don't look like she's slowing down at all. She got at least a couple good seasons in her. You know, she can play for as long as she wants to. She can dominate for as long as she wants to. It don't matter who's on the team. Candace Parker on the team, she won the championship. She leaves, she still wins. Kelsey Plum on the team, she won the championship. She leaves, she still wins. She's the powerhouse in the WNBA, and I think she has to just continue to get her props and her credit because, man, oh, man, she's dominating the WNBA. So shout out to her for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you for jumping and coming in with that. Yeah, you're right on point with the WNBA. She's out. She is the common denominator of the Las Vegas Aces. No matter who they put on that team with her, she allows the other players, because the previous game, her and the girl Young, they accounted for over 60 points in one of the games against the Phoenix Mercury. And then defensively, they shut the Mercury top scorer down. They frustrated her, and she couldn't get her shot off.
Nah, they couldn't handle business. They can't handle business. They got swept, got the brooms off for Phoenix, and on to the next season, man. She's definitely, when you talk about female athletes of all time, she's definitely climbing up the ranks to be up there with the Serena Williams and the Clarissa Shields and the Aisha Wilson. She's a household name for sure.
And the thing about it, Aziza Collier, who complained about the physical play, and yeah, the girl, they were playing goon style. They were playing that old 1980s style basketball that the NBA with the bad boys when the Detroit Pistons won. That's what the Phoenix Mercury was all about in that series against the Minnesota Lynx. But for Aziza Collier and her teammates got to look at the Vegas team and say, hey, how can Vegas beat this team 4 straight and we lose to them and we get injured, we get beat up? And the big difference is they didn't go inside. They pulled up and took jumpers. I mean, if you could get your jumper off, you're trying to drive to the hole against a team that plays very physical. The Aces kept off the physical game, and they did their jumping 15-footers, 12-footers. They shot from the outside. They didn't have to go into the paint all the time. They went into the paint from time to time, but they kicked that ball out and they shot it from the outside. And man, Asia Wilson just turned the girl, and the girl didn't know if she was coming or going. She spun her off, turned around, hit that 15-foot jumper like she did 2 nights ago when she hit that game winner. Oh, that was a Michael Jordan-esque type shot she hit to win that game, to win Game 3 in Phoenix about 2 or 3 nights ago. Oh my God! I looked at that. I said, man, how did she just turn her around like that? And just turn, and it was so pretty. It was like swoosh. I mean, the ball barely rippled the net. That's how beautiful a shot that Asia Wilson has. So you got to beat a team with your style. You just can't try to play into that team's physical style. If they're going to play physical and allow them to hit you and bump you and elbow you, you got to play a little different. And that's what the Las Vegas Aces did. And congratulations to them winning the WNBA championship for a 4th time. Definitely. Top of the juice bar. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Ratman, let's try and win some people some money before we go.
Yeah, let's go. I hope you guys win them some money. Hey, I got an over for you. I got that Detroit-Kansas City game. Take the over with Detroit, Kansas City, Green Bay, Cincinnati. Take the over. Take the over on that. Dallas at Carolina. Carolina getting 4 points. Take the Panthers with the 4 points. Former Cowboy running back Rico Waddell said, I hope those boys from Dallas bring their pads. He said, I hope they don't forget to put their pads on the plane coming down here to Carolina. I said, damn, this man talking big talk, man. Look like he talking about, he said, I hope they bring their pads with them. So, man, they're talking about their shoulder pads. Bring their shoulder pads with them because brothers sound like they're ready to do some hitting on Sunday afternoon down there in Charlotte, North Carolina, down at Bank of America Stadium. I think you can hear it all the way to my son's house, man, the way they're going to be popping, the way the Panthers are talking big talk this early in the week. So take the Panthers with the 4. But my big, and also Buffalo, Atlanta on Monday night, take the over. That's another over game. I think you got at least 3 over games this week that's going to transpire. Washington, Chicago, I think that could be an over game as well. J-GILLZ, any drop down picks that you think sure shot winners for our listening audience?
Man, I can't bet on those Dolphins after what I saw last week. To have a 17 points, 17.
Oh man, I apologize. I went with you last week with those Dolphins, man. Stay away from the Dolphins, man. Don't mess with the Dolphins.
I thought they was gonna do something. They ain't doing nothing, man. I ain't got nothing for y'all this week. I ain't got nothing this week. Gotta do my right. But I had y'all last week with the Patriots over the Bills. I want y'all some money with that one. The under and the point spread. Talk to them, man. Talk to them.
Yeah, I had that too with the points, 9 points. It still stayed at 9 points. I jumped on that one too and made some money on that game as well. Definitely take the Patriots. But if you want to see my full selection, go to realdealsportshow.com. Realdealsportshow.com. Check us out right there. And I see DJ Sean Touch is back in the house with us. Remember, DJ Sean Touch. Remember, Kimmy does it best. If you want to get your website designed, go to and get it maintenance. She does our website, realdealsportshow.com. Take a look at our website. If you like our website, give Kimmy a call. She can help your business grow. Visit KimmyDoesItBest.com. Leave a message. She'll follow up with her. KimmyDoesItBest.com or support@KimmyDoesItBest.com. Check her out.
Do it the best.
And Katie Harvey. Do it the best. She does. And Katie Harvey, Katie's Hair Boutique and Beauty Supplies located at 1071 Portland Avenue. Come and help Miss Katie Harvey celebrate 55 years. She's saying thank you already. She's been getting a lot of people calls. Don't even call. Stop on by and see Miss Harvey. That woman is a legend in our community. She's a legend in the Rochester community, in the Rochester Black community for sure. Stop in and help her celebrate 55 years of business. She got all kinds of sales on beauty supply products. 585-342-0100. 342-0100. Give her a call. Better yet, stop by 1071 Portland Avenue. Give her a big hug because she's beautiful people and she's done a great job. If you don't know who Katie Harvey is, then you really haven't been to Rochester, New York. Right, DJ Sean Touch? Right, J-GILLZ?
Absolutely. She's a community legend.
That's right, y'all.
Absolutely. So DJ, what you say, DJ?
No, I say you're right. You're right.
Couldn't hear you. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And we want to see you next week. Like us, subscribe, push the like button, put the subscribe button. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Check the RealDealSportsShow.com website out. Winner's Edge. If you want to see the rest of the picks for this week's game, I like the Red Hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the injury-prone San Francisco 49ers. I like Tampa in that game as well. Man, that Baker Mayfield looking like a true number one quarterback the last 2 years. This man's still getting it in. He done learn how to play in the National Football League, y'all. And we'll catch y'all next week. Remember, everybody, please remember to be a good sport. And with broadcast, I want to thank the Plain Truth Studios, Auburn Football with Erica Radney. Thank you so much for allowing me to use your studio today. Appreciate the use of your studio, Erica and Clifford Radney. Thank you so much from the Plain Truth. That's why you see all this Auburn Tiger gear behind me here in the studios of the Plain Truth, Auburn Football Tiger studio of Erica Radney, talking the Plain Truth. Check her out. Check her podcast out as well, everybody. Take care. Have a great week. And remember to be a good sport. Take care.
Good job once again, fellas.